peeps. Before we dive in, guys, I got to offer a quick heads up as well as an apology to Darren Gray. Only because the game, I'm recording it in full screen mode because the game opens in a full screen window and it won't compatibly record it if I try to record a window, as far as I know. It initially opened at a weird size. It had some sort of graphical glitch because because my window is inherently 4K, and probably 4K resolution didn't exist back in the days of when this game was made, and therefore it had problems getting everything on screen. It looked really weird. The only way I could resolve that was to make the window traditional 1080p. I set the resolution of the game to 1080p. Unfortunately, because I'm still recording full screen, the output to OBS Studio was then a quarter of the screen. Top left corner of the screen, 1/4 of it is used for the game. I could, upload that, but the problem is it's so small it's hard to see on a screen. The only solution I had, besides re-recording the entire hour-and-a-half episode, which I don't want to do, was to scale the video to double its size. Now, the game is ASCII. You can therefore readily tell what's going on. Reading the inventory and that kind of thing is a bit tricky. I apologize in advance, but it is completely understandable, especially if you're sitting back a bit and watching on a TV or something. But it's not as crisp as it should be. So the game, rest assured, is much crisper than what you're about to see, which is very fuzzy and, well, it's at half resolution, essentially. That's it. Sorry about that. Let's go on to the game. Alright, guys. Welcome back to 2011 7-Day Roguelike Challenge. I've had some challenges this morning getting things to run, but we've got some stuff running. Before I do any of it, I just want to show you something here. We're going to run Broken Bottle in a second. But we're going to quickly go over to God of Change, which is supposed to be the next game we looked at. Unfortunately, running it does this. Just opens a freaking black box that does nothing. Incidentally, the black box that does nothing with the little cursor blinking is exactly the same thing that The Legend of Kalamakara has started doing. It's a game we tried to run recently. It ran fine. I loved it. I didn't record it because I wanted to show you guys the game from scratch. When I tried to fire it up again, it stopped working, doing just this. I do not know what has happened. I don't know what's changed in my computer. I don't know if I changed some settings somewhere that makes it not work. I've tried turning off my antivirus program. It still does that. You'll note here libtcod mingw.dll. I think we're recording my mouse now, so hopefully you can see this. That is also present in The Legend of Kalamakara, so I thought maybe it has something to do with that. I downloaded the newest libtcod-mingw.dll, hoping that would fix it. It didn't. I'm going to try something right now. Just while you're watching, I'm going to try one last thing because, why wouldn't I waste your time? Moria. I'm not going to play this. I promise you I'm just going to do this for 1 second. Really? Moria? Moria. Mo. Let's probably, this uses MingW. Let's see if it works. Out of curiosity, yeah, it works fine. Alright, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's not a MingW thing. I don't know. Anyways, all of that said, we can't play God of Change the way I intended to this morning. That is the intervening game before we get to Darren Gray's Broken Bottle, and I'm sure he's thrilled that I wasted the opening volleys of his game explanation by all this crap. Sorry, man. Now, another thing I should mention, I fired this up and it had a bunch of errors at first. The errors had all to do with game resolution. It defaulted to full screen, which is, for me, is a 4K monitor. And parts of it were off the screen, and there was all kinds of weird crap going on. I have now since set it to run at 1920 by 1080. It seems to be working now. I'm guessing that resolution didn't exist back when the T engine was made, back in 2011. So there you go. But it now appears to be working properly in this mode. I should mention this is made with the T engine. That is Dark God's engine that he made for originally Tome and Tome 2. And now, of course, I imagine it's evolved to be what he uses for Tome 4. I.e. or E.G. or A.K.A. fucking Tales of Maj'El. But anyways, this was an older version of Tome. I think maybe Tome 3 he used, perhaps, to make this. There we go. Let's dive into the game and stop wasting your time with explanations of what doesn't work. Broken Bottle, a grim tale of alcoholism and brutality in a post-apocalyptic world. 7DRL for 2011 by Darren Gray. It is several years since the war reduced civilization, with an S, I don't know if that's how you spell it in Britain, maybe it is, to ashes. Civilization. The people hide in deep mine shafts, isolated from the rest of the world. Chaos is rife, and ordered society has all but collapsed. In this dark world, an alcoholic with a murky past is sent on a futile mission to rediscover the surface. Will you guide him to hope for a better life, free from the chains of his addiction? Or will you continue the downward spiral of violence and self-destruction? Probably that latter. Now, I'll tell you, I played this game a few years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago. I was listening to a lot of roguelike radio. I heard him talk about his own game. I found it. I fired it up, played it, really loved it. I thought it was a great, fairly straightforward roguelike with a few interesting innovations. The innovations he was going for, we'll cover as we go. I'm not sure that they all worked to the effect that he wanted, but it did, and in no way diminished it just being a quality roguelike. I really enjoyed it. And at the time, I beat it on my very first try. I don't know if I can duplicate that effect. I don't know if that was a one-time lucky run or if it's just an easy game. I don't know. He seemed to think it was hard when I watched his own personal playthrough. But I found it easy enough to win on my first try. Let's see if we can do it again. Let's play Broken Bottle. Enter your character's name. Let's not be Jeff. I don't want to be a broken fucking alcoholic. I'm depressed enough these days. I don't need to simulate that in a roguelike. Let's be William Darson. Random name. My instinct was to say William Barr, but I'm not here to make a political statement, so. Kiri, relax. What are you doing? Going crazy behind me here. I assume it fired up fine. Maybe the game doesn't work at all. Fuck, is there just like colossal problems in... Let's see if we have to... Oh, wait, there we go. I saw it starting. I had to hit a key, I guess. There we go. Oh, come on, I saw it. I frickin' saw it. I saw a window. There it is. We missed the opening frickin' statement. This is a rough day to begin. There was some sort of story that popped up. I'll tell you the story in brief because I'm not going to launch this all again. William Darson lives in a mine shaft after some sort of terrible apocalypse, I think a nuclear war or something. To the point where nobody knows what's going on the surface. Nobody's gone up there for decades or centuries or something. William Darson is an alcoholic. A very terrible, abusive bastard of a man who has been chosen perhaps by lottery to go up to the surface to find out what's going on the surface. Nobody has ever survived that trek. Nobody's been to the surface in years, at least nobody's reported back. The assumption is it's kind of a suicide mission, but we're going to give it our best shot. You can see in the bottom left corner, we have a level experience 1, 0% experience, I guess. Level 1, 0% experience. We need to go up a level. We have strength 10, aim 10, health 10, speed 10, life 25 out of 25, stamina 100 out of 100. We are groggy. We are in the military office 1. Welcome to Broken Bottle. I don't know. Let's try a question mark to see if that old thing works. Nope. Again, I haven't played this in many years. If we point our cursor at this guy, you can see information about him. Guard. Here's his stats. I assume they correspond to my stats. Strength, aim, health, and speed. In that order. He's dressed up in some dumb uniform. Even though the world is falling apart, he keeps his brass buttons polished. Stamina usage. He uses 10 stamina per attack. As you can see, well, we don't know his stamina, do we? Oh, yeah, there it is, 100. He has target none. His unit ID, I guess, 32. I'm guessing that's a programming thing. I don't know. That Darren Gray put in and then forgot to remove. Or just decided it didn't matter if he removed it. Or maybe it's a part of Tome. I don't know. This is us. I don't want to look at myself. It's interesting. Let's bump into that G. We're not going to attack it, but we are going to bump into it. Guard. Soldier! Marks the suit. Look sharp! I ain't no soldier. I'm a thief, a bandit, a rogue. Whatever I need to be to survive. Right now, the damned military have got me hooked up on one of their damned missions, but I ain't no soldier. I grunt at the dumb asshole. There's Ruskies up there. There's Ruskies up there, he says to me with a confiding grin. The press says they's coming over the sea to take over our mines. They's hunting out mines all over the world. We can't allow it. We cannot allow a mine shaft gap. That's what the folks up top saying. Pah! What a fool. He'll believe whatever crap the radio spew out. But I guess stuck down these mines for years, you end up believing all sorts of things. And look at me, marching out on their stupid mission in case there's Russians coming over the ocean to get at us. What dumb red would want this hellhole? Besides, everyone knows you can't go near the surface anymore. But they've given me a gun, 2 bottles of spirits, so I ain't about to refuse them. I'll go trek about a bit, come back in a few days, and tell them there ain't nothing up there. Hell, maybe they'll give me a few more bottles if I offer to do it again. Let's move on by pressing enter. I'm going to press I. There's our inventory. You can see we have a blunt knife. We can probably hover over it to learn about it. Yeah, just hover your mouse over stuff. Nice tool tips. It does 2 damage when wielded or worn. No critical chance bonus. Costs us 2 stamina per swing. It is a short knife. Our ranged weapon is a revolver, an old but serviceable revolver. The military keeps tight wraps on firearms, so this here is some premium booty. Ammo's scarce too, so I'd best save this baby for emergencies. We got 6 rounds in it. No body armor, no hair gear, no nothing. We have a hypodermic syringe filled with regenerative serum. If we use it, we get back plus 15 life, plus 2 stamina. Looks like we have one of those. A bottle of whiskey with 8 shots left in it. Oh my goodness, I thought it was just like 1 use per bottle, but no. 8 shots apparently. Every time we use it gives us back 2 life and 20 stamina. Another one of those. And 3 extra bullets to pump into our revolver, I assume. Yep. Okay, let's get out of this by maybe pressing escape. Sounds about right. We are standing on this thing. We can move around with the number pad. Usual, typical movement. I don't think there's any like time limit or anything, so we're okay to do this. I wish I had gotten that opening volley for you, but it basically said the mines are filled with mutants and things called piranhas, which incidentally are children who steal from you. Little thieving kids. Here we go. The mines. These higher areas have been sealed off for a long time by the military. Oh, we're in our voice again, because of the radiation. But a lot of holes have been dug around, so they sure ain't empty. I have not been up here before myself, but I've heard stories that it ain't a nice place to be. Animals, bandits, piranhas, junkies, they all infest this dirt hole. I better watch myself. Alright, there we go. These are rats, I believe. Yeah, look over here, white rat. It has 2 hit points. It looks like 3 strength, 5 aim, 2 health, yep, that corresponds, and 15 speed, so it's faster than me. Wherever we go, they follow. For millennia, they have reveled in the filth we create, and even after the end of the world, they feed on our putrescence. That should probably be in the right voice as well. Unit ID 153, for whatever that's worth. It uses 5 stamina per attack. It has no target as of yet. That'll change any minute. Another white rat. We can kill those, I'm sure. Let's move this cursor off so we're not highlighting shit. I'm going to pass my turn, let this thing come at me. I attacked it, I killed it. Online profile disabled. Alright, whatever. Alright, the white rat collapses. Oh, I strike at the white rat, it squeaks in pain. The white rat collapses, vainly twitching before going still. Let's kill this one as well. There's dead. Minor thing, but I do like the descriptors. Like you'll see below. That is one of the innovations, or one of the things that this game does well. It brings a lot of character and ambiance to what is otherwise just a basic roguelike. What is this guy, by the way? A feral dog. Years of neglect have turned once domesticated animal wild. Now they hunt in packs, feeding off the weak. It's coming for me, you can see that. It's got hit points 9. I did play this game a long time ago. I remember thinking it's very odd that a lot of them have an aim statistic when they don't have missile weapons. But whatevs. Let's try and clear out this level. Casually and slowly. I don't think there's any secret doors, if I remember correctly. Can move on diagonal. See, there's in there. Feral dog. Let's get it. Oh, fuck. There's 2 of them coming. How are we doing for health here? Let's drink a... I don't know. Let's look at our shit here. We don't need that yet. We get 15 life back from that. Let's not use that yet. Could always use whiskey. Incidentally, you'll see groggy down there. This is a very important statistic. It is important to remember this character is an alcoholic. That's part of the story. As you drink alcohol, if you drink enough, you will get more and more drunk. If you don't drink, you will become progressively more sober, which often comes with penalties. One of the things Darren I know was going for, based on hearing him speak in both his own playthrough and in Roguelike Radio, was a neat idea. And again, I want to emphasize, I really like this roguelike. I've only played it once before, but I had a really fun time playing it. That said, what his mission was a noble mission, but I don't know if it was really accomplished. And that was to sort of highlight the perils of alcohol, or maybe I'm putting words in his mouth if I specifically phrase it that way. But I do know that you can get drunk or you can get not drunk, and it affects the way you perceive the world. Literally, we pointed our cursor at that feral dog, for instance, and it gave us a descriptor. The one I read in the voice like this. That descriptor will change. If we're drunk, we will perceive it differently. It won't change the actual gameplay, but it gives us a different description. We become more pessimistic and upset and just a progressive asshole. There are gameplay mechanics that do kick in as you get progressively drunk too. I don't know if it affects your actual ability to hit or anything. I don't know. I don't know if there's a penalty for being drunk or if there's only kind of bonuses. That was something I noted the first time I played, and because of that, I wasn't sure how good it was at giving you an incentive to try to be sober, other than the idea that you may decide to role play and say I'm going to try and give up my alcohol, which would come with penalties. And I could be wrong. Maybe we'll discover it as we go, but I don't remember there being any penalties for drunkenness. Only actually kind of benefits, which is kind of weird. I don't know if his intention was to paint a scenario where we're examining the pluses and minuses of this lifestyle. You kind of want to here's a new thing. See the minuses of alcoholism as opposed to just the pluses. Black rat. Same damn description as the white rat, but I think it's slightly different. I think its stats are different. 5527. Let's see if you see a white rat, compare 5527. There's a something. A brown rat. 36212. So you can see, it's the same description, but brown rat's different than the white rat and black rat. Let's keep an eye on our life here. 35215 is faster. We saw it leap a couple of squares there. There's something over here. What's that? A truncheon. A simple bludgeoning instrument. Now you can see it does more damage. It does 4.5 versus 2. With a critical hit chance that is higher too, is 6.5. But it costs more stamina to wield. You can see our stamina right now is 100. Your stamina comes back as you walk around. But if you get into prolonged fights of multiple enemies, that kind of thing, your stamina can wear down and it can become a problem. At least in theory. Let's try G for get. Yeah, okay. Let's go to our inventory and let's try maybe left-clicking it and wielding it. There you go. We're now using a truncheon. Does more damage, uses a little more stamina, but that's not a problem right now. When I say in theory, I do remember one other complaint I had about the game when I played it before. Oh, we got stims here. That's good. And that was that there was too much alcohol. There was so much alcohol laying around and stims. I was never in danger when I played the last time, or at least not until the very final boss fight. And even then, I ended up winning it, obviously, on my first try. But when you can always just, drink more alcohol to get your stamina back, then what do you really care about how much stamina usage a weapon has, Get a bottle of whiskey, which apparently has 8 shots, is that right? 9 shots in that one. So we have right now at our disposal fucking 25 drinks, each of which would give us back 2 life and 20 stamina. If each of those had only 1 use, say, instead of 8 uses and 9 uses, maybe it would be an item that we're, concerned about losing. But it's not, as it turns out. There's another feature of Tome we've noted before. For instance, way back in Bad to the Bone, or Bone to be Wild, that's what it's called. The outer eastern edge, and I think maybe the southern edge or something, is the walls don't show up. Don't know why that is. I think it's just a weird problem with Tome. The Tome engine, the old Tome engine. I like those little -8 and kill, like the little floating numbers. That's great. I'll tell you, I do remember one thing with this game that I loved, or that I thought was really cool, was that it made me want to make a game using this engine. Like, I thought this engine is so fucking promising. I'm learning C# right now because I want to perhaps start working on some game apps, but for phones and that kind of thing, and I can't do that with my C++. My old Visual C++ 2008 doesn't have that ability. But I don't know. I find this engine really cool. I'll probably never use it. I'll probably end up using C# to make a new roguelike at some point, just as a test of my skills. All right, we got 3 stat points to pump in here however we want. Right click to increase, left click to decrease. Oh, that's with the key. Sorry, left click to increase, right click to decrease. Got it. Speed lets me move faster and dodge attacks easier. It will give me plus 2% speed, plus 1% defense, plus 2% critical chance. Health would give me plus 2 life and plus 1 stamina. Aim would give me plus 2% chance to hit, plus 1% critical chance. We haven't used our gun yet, so we won't worry about that right now. And this lets me do a little more damage. If we pump it all in, we'll do 1 extra point of damage. We'll do this for now. Let's put it all into strength for now. All right, we'll hit escape. You can see in the bottom left corner it's reflected. We do have 13 to strength. You can also see it here if we point at ourselves. Did we get our health back, by the way? Yeah, I mean, you also apparently get all your health back when you level up. Another reason why we didn't need to use our stimmer there. Can we just left click? Yeah, we can just left click. I'm trying to use caverns controls where I right click to center the screen. That doesn't work. But left clicking to move. That's pretty sweet. Get this. Another set of stims if we can get it. Picked it up. We'll drop our knife at some point. Don't need another truncheon. I don't think weapons wear. I guess and piranhas could take it maybe. I don't know if they can take your equipped shit. Alright, that's that. Now this will bring us back down to the starting point, the base. I think you can go back up and down levels. I'm not going to test it right now, in case it says you lose by going down there. Let's go up a level. We're trying to get to the top of the mine, remember, not the bottom. Okay, here we are on level 2. Mines 1, apparently. Maybe we were on mine 0 before that. I didn't really notice. Again, it's the perhaps the British way of dealing with numbers. You start at 0, which I cannot deny makes more sense. But because it's not what I'm used to, it is clearly wrong. Alright, we got it. It's dead. Let's get a hard hat. Put that on for sure. Inventory. Hard hat, where are you? Here it is. A bright yellow hat made of hard plastic. It gives us critical, when wielded or worn, critical defense 5. I don't know what critical defense means as opposed to just defense, but either or. It's better than having our head exposed. Let's get that. Bottle of whiskey. What do we got here? Again, we'll pick it up for now. Until we run out of inventory space, we'll pick up everything we find, because I don't know if there's a use in having it. There might be. We'll start dropping random shit when we don't need it anymore. We got stims there. Killed that dog. Killed that black rat. We're not going to waste any bullets unless we have to, you know? If we get to a point where it's obvious that if we don't use a gun, we could be in trouble, then we'll use a gun. Other than that, we'll just hit things with our truncheon. Seems to be getting the job done. Does that stockpile, by the way? Yeah, stims just stockpiles. I don't know if there's a maximum amount you can stack in the same location or not. Who's to say such things? We're not going up until we've explored the entire level. That would be crazy. Bump into a door to open it. Oh, J. I didn't see what that was. Oh, that's a junkie. J for junkie. Let's look at it. I swing and miss. It hits me, drawing blood. Fuck you, stim addict. I pressed L. It apparently leaps to the closest thing right off the bat. Lots of people give up on this life, handing themselves over to the joys that only narcotics can provide. Who can blame them when everything else is pain? This junkie's skin is pockmarked with open sores, and bones seem to jut out from his anorexic flesh. He looks at me with his vacant eyes, and suddenly the light of greed arises. Great descriptions, man. Well done, Darren. Incidentally, you can see our stamina is higher, too, as a result of raising our strength, I guess. You can see that at the bottom left. Now, if we were drunk, oh, that's interesting, yeah? I don't know, I guess because we're in look mode. Let's press escape to get out of look mode. If we were, I guess I didn't need to do that. L is just, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it just jumps. Interesting. Don't need L if we're using a mouse. I guess that's in case you're not using a mouse. If we were drunk, and pointed this, the description would be quite different. It reaches a point where it's like this is not a direct quote, but essentially this piece of shit doesn't deserve to live, like that kind of shit. It gets very grim, which I think is very cool. I strike it, he yelps in pain, he misses me. He misses me, I hit him, he yelps in pain. He drops to the ground, bleeding profusely. I watch the life fade from his eyes. Damn right I do. Still got only 6 health gone, that's not so bad. Let's continue. White rat is giving me trouble. What the hell? Fuck you, white rat. Another stim addict. Ooh, that one hurt. Alright, we gotta take a frickin' stim or something. Press I. Let's do this. Use. There, we got back some health. I slip the needle into my vein and slowly pump the plasma in. Ah, that feels good. I don't know if the stimatic got an attack on me there or not. I can't tell when I did that. All right, it's dead. Got another stim back. It looks like Stimatics always drop stims. It seems to be. It would make sense based on their title. This means we want to meet them, because more times than not, we won't need to heal them between aspects of combat, I don't think. Ooh, rat. Definitely want to fight every monster we can, because we want to get experience to level up. Right, fuck you, rat. Stimatics, son of a bitch. We're down to 8. We need to use another stim. Use. Only put us at 17. Alright, we hurt it bad. Alright, we killed it. And got back a stim. We're 60% of the way up a level, so we're not gonna use a stim arbitrarily right now. There's no traps that I'm aware of. I could be wrong on that, but I don't recall any traps. I think it's just a matter of combat. Let's move this cursor away. Again, I keep wanting to right-click to... we see the entirety of the map here. There's nothing left to explore. It's time to go down. So, let's go. We want to go up, not go down. We want to go up. Let's do it. Generating level, here we go. Another brown rat coming at us. Brown rat looks yellow. We're still in mines. Mines 3. I think there are different areas that have different map generation techniques, I think. Looks like there's some sort of armor there. Let's kill this dog first. We're stone sober. I don't see a reason to... Oh, nice. Let's get a leather jacket. Leather jacket. Let's wield and wear it. What did it do for us, by the way? Category nil. That's interesting. Why isn't it a category like... I don't know. Body armor or something. When wielded, armor 3, stamina cost plus 1. So this is a critical defense 5, but not armor. Armor 3, stamina cost +1. So every time we swing, instead of using 4, we're going to use 5, I think. Let's keep an eye on that and see if we've understood that basic mechanic pretty correctly. Let's go over here. Okay, so we are at 114. We're down to... Well, I used 8. Perhaps because like we got hurt or something? I don't know. I don't know why it costs that much. Thought I understood that mechanic, but maybe not. I used 7 that time. Maybe you used it up to a certain amount. I don't even know. You can see our stamina is dropping. But we're 82% of the way up a level. Let's not heal yet. 87% of the way up a level. A lead pipe. Let's get it and compare it to our truncheon. Alright, it does a lot more damage. Critical chance is even higher. Stamina cost is higher yet. But I don't care. I'm going to use the most damaging weapon for the time being. We may change that later if we're finding that our stamina is just too low. Dude, let's stand here and wait. What are we doing? Let's get our stamina. Whoa! Hallucination! I see a woman. She's shouting. I shout back, but she won't listen. She never listens. Who is she to judge me or what I do? I try to make her shut up. I'm angry and I grab her. She resists. So you get those every once in a while. You can see we're in withdrawal. When you slip into withdrawal, you can get these hallucinations. I don't know if there was a consequence to that. I didn't notice if our stamina dropped or something, or if experience dropped or anything. I don't know. I don't know why we... It's kind of interesting to have those pop up, I think, story-wise, so I don't know why we really mind that happening, unless there's a consequence to it gameplay-wise. And again, that was the only thing I found unusual about basing this on a 3-year-old memory. I actually wrote a review of this privately, and I should have reread that before I played this game, so I remembered what the hell I was talking about. But offhand, I don't quite recall my exact thoughts, but there we go, we leveled up. But yeah, I found it odd that there was all these story elements that were cool, but they didn't seem to have a gameplay mechanic attached. And my theory has always been that gameplay has to come first. So if there's story elements, the withdrawal versus sobriety, versus grogginess, I need to know what the gameplay impact is to make an informed decision. I'm not sure I always did. Let's put it into health for now. Why not? Lots of health now. Escape. Let's go get this. Now, it could be that I didn't understand it then, or even that I don't understand it now, and that if I was to really review this, I'll figure something out. Does a lot less damage, 3. Critical chance is 11 stamina cost. It's very low stamina cost. Better than my old blunt knife, for instance. But we'll stick with our lead pipe for now. Let's just bash things over the head. No subtlety to us. Gild it. Nothing here. Hallucination. Did we lose some life to that? I didn't really notice. Maybe, or did we lose that in combat against the rat? Or the stamina. Did we lose like 5 stamina, in which case that's not a very big cost, is it? I don't know. She's lying on the ground. Blood spilling from a gash across her head. Shards of glass spread across the carpet around her. In my hand is a broken bottle. Crimson drops on the jagged edges mixing with the dripping amber contents. A young girl with dark hair comes into the room. She sees me. She screams, her face wild with fear and horror. She runs away. What have I done? Pretty cool, Darren. Another maybe armor piece here. Let's see what this is. Metal-plated jacket. That sounds like it's probably better than the fucking... I mean, it'll be way more stamina cost, but just stamina cost plus 5. Armor 5, though, versus armor 3. Let's put it on for now. If it becomes a problem, we'll worry about it. Still managed to hit me. I just did. It's dead, too. What do we got here? A bottle of vodka. Again, we haven't even had to resort to drinking any alcohol yet, and we got another 6 shots here. It gives us back plus 1 life, plus 20 stamina, so not quite as good as whiskey. Slightly inferior version of whiskey, apparently. It's dead. Pardon me. I'm going to keep picking stuff up for now because, again, I think piranhas can steal. There's northern edge and the eastern edge. You don't get the wall. Isn't it interesting? In case piranhas steal something from me, maybe they'll steal something I don't give a shit about, you know, if we're carrying extra. That's the theory I'm operating under. Carry ballast. So I do that in caverns as well in case you, like, fall into acid and something gets melted or something and it randomly... Oh, we just lost... there you go. We're in withdrawal. Therefore, we just lost a random amount of stamina. I sweat all over. I take deep breaths, but my lungs are aflame with pain. So there is a reason to stay out of withdrawal. Oh, fuck, it's happening often now. Let's do it. Let's drink a bottle of vodka. There. Now we're groggy. At least we're not... I put the bottle to my lips and sip slowly. It hurts, but I want more. Before that was my hands are shaking uncontrollably. My heart is pulsing like mad. So it's interesting. You do have definite withdrawal symptoms. That is a cool mechanic. I think the question I had before, because it seemed like there was an aspect of a morality play at work here, you know, and maybe I'm totally missing what his intention was. But it seems to me there's a penalty. There's a penalty clearly for being ran for 11 turns. Stop reason. Where will this lead? I don't know what that means. Maybe it's because I went like this. I don't know. It seems to me there's a penalty clearly for allowing yourself to become sober, but I don't recall there being a specific penalty for going the opposite direction. Are we trying to balance our alcoholism so we're always kind of groggy but not like terrible shape, or is being, you know, totally intoxicated just fine? I know. I guess because it's a game. Because it's a game with a victory condition. We want to win. That is our sole objective. At least it's my sole objective. And there's no achievement, say, for winning the game while never drinking a sip, say. I don't know what the incentive is to avoid alcohol, other than story based, where you're interacting with the concept of the character, and ultimately being an ASCII game, it's hard to immerse yourself deeply enough in the character, even with a beautiful text, to, at least for me, to feel I don't know, extreme regret at the idea of, say, getting my character drunk. It is cool, though. Caves. I hear a distance. Distant, I guess. I hear a distant, high-pitched laugh, a giggle echoing through the cavernous halls. Several voices chant in unison. Na, 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 na. Incidentally, I don't know, this is just something I was curious about, only because I watched Darren Gray's own dev playthrough of this, and he chanted that with a very specific rhythm. In North America, the equivalent of that would be na, 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 na. That is a cliche taunt that children perhaps once said, but no longer say, other than in cliche sitcoms or something. But he's saying this with a very specific rhythm that doesn't match what I just did. So I don't know if that's the British equivalent. Just curious. Ah, shit. Piranhas. The war left a lot of orphans behind, and in our violent society, more are made all the time. And who could look after kids in an age like this? Hard enough to feed yourself. So they're left homeless, roaming the streets and the mines, begging for scraps or stealing what they can to survive. Some of them band together into groups, marking out their own territories, attacking anyone that comes near. This is the last thing I need right now. Fucking piranhas. Alright. That's not a piranha, that's a rat. Let's go kill it. Dead. It's a dead rat. Now we're about to see another interesting aspect of the alcohol come into play. I'll pick this up for now. Again, maybe a piranha will steal it. We got a junkie, we got a feral dog. Dog equals dead. Junkie is going to die. There we go, he's dead. Haven't seen this piranha yet. I'll pick it up for now. Why not? There is a finite amount you can carry, I remember that. I believe. Unless I'm totally misled. Haven't seen these piranhas yet. As you might expect, they show up as letter P's. A dagger. Let's take a look at that. How's that function? A dagger does 2.5 damage, critical chance, so still not as good as like our lead pipe in terms of damage. If you want to, accentuate the idea of don't waste your fucking stamina, sure, maybe use a dagger. But right now, I'd rather just kill things faster and avoid taking damage. Incidentally, my voice is starting to get a bit raw from that voice. I may have to, my throat's starting to get a bit raw. I may have to avoid utilizing that voice going forward and use something else or something. I don't know. Alright. A junkie coming at us. We're sober again. Sober's okay. It's when you get into withdrawal you start having problems. At least in terms of, random stamina loss. Want to avoid withdrawal. There you go. We got a piranha coming. Let's take a look at it. At least right now in terms of being sober, our understanding of this kid is a young girl. I'm not doing the voice right now, sorry. Large bright eyes shine out from a small grubby face. The young girl is dressed in rags, grime covering every inch of her soft skin, her hair sweeping backwards in untended knots. I mean, admittedly, that's cool. The description makes me feel like I wouldn't want to bash in her head with a lead pipe. How's that for a sweet sentiment? I wouldn't specifically want to bash in her head with a sweet pipe with a description like that. But if we were to drink, the description would change. And we'd be like, let's just kill the bitch. That type of thing. I don't know if the word bitch is specifically used there, so I apologize if I offended anyone, but that is the sentiment that occurs. On top of that, I'll tell you something right now. We can't kill her. We literally can't. I'm probably going to tell you this now because I'm probably going to drink myself into a stupor right now. If she comes over, she can rob something from us, she'll try and run away. If you are sober, you cannot kill her. I'm telling you this now because I don't intend to lose the game and I don't want her to steal something from me. It gives you a message, something like, I've done enough bad stuff in my life. I don't want to hurt her. Versus, if I'm drunk, it's like, fuck, this bitch just stole from me. She should die. So we're going to drink. I'm going to do it right now. We got lots of vodka to spare. Let's do it. Boom. Let's use some. Let's see if groggy makes a difference. Still the same description. I don't know if we can kill her when we're just groggy. Let's find out. Nope, I ain't attacking no damned kid. How about now? I'm still only groggy. She steals a bunch of truncheons from me. Fuck her. I need the experience for killing a girl. We're drunk. Let's go kill her. Have you noticed, like, I would love to see, like, if there's a benefit right now that we can kill her when we can't otherwise, I would love to see, like, our aim goes down or something. Something that, our combat becomes worse would make sense to me. I don't think it does. Let's kill that piranha there. Or did we kill it? No, the vermin hits me. Let's look at her while we're drunk, too. Goddamn piranhas drive me fucking mad. They reach with their dirty, thieving fingers and then run away before you can lay a little hand on them. Lay a hand on them, little bastards. I think these were bastard, not bitch. Maybe it's because there are male and female versions. Damn filthy creatures get everywhere is the description of that when we're drunk. It's pretty cool. That's a nice little touch, I think. It might be a boy version. Maybe the blue ones are boys. Yeah. The pink ones are girls. I swing and miss. I killed it. I killed the child. The bloodied piranha shudders and her small body falls to the ground. Ugh. I'll mention something of historical note here and interest. Way back in the day, there was a game. Well, there was a game series called Ultima by Origin Systems. Ultima 1 through 9. Ultima 4 or 5, I think it might have been 5, introduced, there were children. You could literally meet children in towns and that kind of thing. You could have conversations with them. I think that was true in Ultima 4 too. But you go into dungeons and there'd be like monsters, obviously in dungeons. There was a room you went into with all these kids locked behind a door. They were in like a cage. And there was like a lever you could throw or something that opened the door. And as the noble hero of the story, the avatar, this embodiment of good, you might throw the lever thinking, I'm going to free all these kids. But because it's in a dungeon, there was no code to support the idea that you could have a conversation with anything in a dungeon. Anything in a dungeon was a monster. So although you might think, hey, I just freed all these kids, what a nice thing, what you actually did was release a bunch of children monsters who would attack you. And you could kill them or not at the time. And it was kind of like a moral dilemma of, oh shit, do I really want to kill kids? Of course, they were just stick figures, so you killed them and you got experience. And it's kind of the experience I'm having here, where it's not really a kid, it's a letter P. And that's maybe a failing of my own. You could say, well, then use your imagination, you bastard. But I mean, I know it. Killing these kids helps me win the game, and I don't see a cost. I would like to see a gameplay mechanic that maybe as you do more and more evil things, then when you are sober, you have more remorse and your stamina drops faster. But when you're drunk, there's a penalty to combat. So doing these things has, a balance issue that gets messed up. And there's not as much alcohol, so the decision becomes harder. Like all these kinds of things might have made the game a little more interesting from a gameplay mechanics thing. I also bring this up because after that occurred with Ultima, there was a big public outcry. Like a lot of people were upset about the kids in that room. And I think that's when the video game industry started saying children can't be killed in video games. I know that's true, I believe that's true, say, in things like the Elder Scrolls. At least some of them. You literally cannot murder a child, no matter how hard you try. They're invulnerable. The same way you can't, for obvious reasons, undress a child, say, in a video game. They don't want people doing things that are twisted and fucked up. But in the arena of roguelike, we still can. I don't know if, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that no longer holds true anymore. Maybe the world has become wonderfully corrupt enough that we can kill kids in video games again. I don't know. But we can here, and we will here. As long as I'm drunk. Give me my things back. That's what you get for stealing my stims, which I actually need. They would have died anyway. They're orphans living in a mine filled with rats and dogs. If I'm having trouble surviving, little pink pea ain't got no hope. I'm only groggy now. Gotta get her cornered. Gotta corner the child so we can murder her. She dropped something we're gonna go pick up in a minute, but I want to make sure we get this girl before you stop being drunk. These are sentences that are odd to say. I want to make sure we get this girl before we stop being drunk. You know how it is. Typical Friday night. Let's get some bullets. Oh, bitch stole my bullets. Is my gun, like, unloaded now or something? Is this... No, I still got 6 shots. She just stole, like, 3 and... Maybe 1 and 2 bullets. Let's get this for now, the dagger. We're still... Oh, we're only fucking groggy. Quick. Give me some vodka. Dead. Let's get it and Stockpile it, so more piranha steal shit, it doesn't matter. We'll end up dropping it all later to get alcohol or something anyway. Now, interesting, incidentally, we're in Caves 1 instead of the mines. You can notice the structure of the map changed. He uses different map generators. Now, I can see an argument being levied, for instance, by Darren Gray or anybody else who's, embracing the story elements of the story. Did I get it? Yeah. And saying, I mentioned it was a kind of an easy game to win. Oh, I'm still drunk. I don't need a drink right now. And they may point to those story elements and say, the challenge is, can you do it without compromising your soul? But again, the soul has no numeric value attached to it. It has no gameplay value. And I've slept fine for the last 3 or 4 years of my real world life, knowing I killed those letter P's in the previous playthrough. So there's no actual moral feedback to me for doing this. Which is where I would say is a very interesting experiment to handle morality in a game like this, where it's purely literal morality, as in there is no consequences, just how do you feel about yourself at the end of the day. But whether that's a moral failing on my behalf or a limitation of gaming, or specifically a limitation of ASCII gaming, I just don't feel a lot of consequence. Although I do find it interesting. I was going to go down. We don't want to go down. We want to go up. I do look forward to getting away from these piranha only because... Oh, that's down. Only because I don't like wasting my alcohol to murder children. I'd rather save it for other purposes. As one does. We're still drunk. Let's get her. Fuck. Then we're only groggy now. If we meet her again, we will not be able to kill her. Another metal-plated jacket we don't need. Another leather jacket we don't need. Oh, I can't do it. I'm looking into the kid's eyes. I can't do it. Well, I'll fix that. I should look and see how much experience I'm getting for this, because if it's very little experience, maybe it's not worth the alcohol. Fuck the morality. Maybe it's just not worth the booze, the cost of booze to murder children. But here's more booze, so it's not like we're lacking. Again, if each one of them only had one use, that would be a much more a resource. I'd be much more. I can't do it. I ain't attacking no damn kid. The fuck I ain't. 7 shots. This is the one that has the least shots, so we can clear up an inventory spot. Give me my bullets back. Or give me more bullets if you hadn't stolen from me. I don't know if you had or not. Interesting. We picked up a bottle of whiskey from him. I don't know if that stockpiles, like it adds back into these things, or if no. This one has 7. This one has 6. You can't consolidate alcohol into one bottle the way I would at work. When I'm tending bar, not when I'm drinking at work. Not really having much trouble with these guys yet. We're 68% of the way up a level. I'll try and avoid using a stim unless I have to, knowing that I'll get my full health back. Bottle of vodka. We'll drink... can we not get it? Pressing G? Sometimes it... we already got it. Sometimes it required 2 taps. Here's the way up. Next level of caves. And metal plated jacket. Let's drink some frickin' vodka. Again, there is finite inventory space. You're cornered, girl. You're dead. Inventory space. There's also another reason just to keep drinking the vodka, because we're just going to pick some more up later, and there's so much of it. All right. Did we... is this fully explored? That's the one problem with the... that's one problem with the Tome 2 thing not, filling in the walls at the edge of a map, is that... this mini-map doesn't really tell you if you've gone places. I don't know. You know what I mean? I can't go any further east, but it seems to imply that I can. Studded jacket, that sounds promising. Let's take a look at it. It's different anyway. Armor 4, stamina cost 2, as opposed to armor 5, stamina cost 7. I don't mind the stamina cost right now, though. It hasn't been, problematic enough for me as of yet to merit, going to something lighter. Can we scroll this around? Can I click on here? No, I guess not, eh? This helps me explore quickly, though. That's nice. All right, we've done the whole map. Oh, I keep trying to right-click again to center. I can't do that. We want to go up. Can I only go to places I can see? No, I don't know. Couldn't go there for some reason. Up we go! Caves. I got me a kid somewhere. I'm not using the voice. Don't know what happened to her. Not even sure what age she'd be these days. My memories are clouded in a dim haze of whiskey and bourbon. Probably better that way. Wonder what she looks like now. Could she be out here amongst these wild children? Would she recognize her old pa, dirt-encrusted and stubbly, still stinking of liquor? I sometimes dream about her, but the dreams are always painful. Probably she's dead. I hope she's dead. She don't deserve this world. Pretty grim. But that's the intent, of course. And well done. We're still in caves. I'm probably still going to counter piranha in the caves, is my guess. Ah, fuck you, rats. Dead, dead, dead. I use a modified version of the voice. If I don't go down to a deep whisper, I just go to a deeper voice. It's not so painful. Oh fuck! I passed my turn for some reason. Let it bite me. That was me atoning for what I did to my child. I let the rat bite me, like a self-flagellant. Bottle of whiskey and a leather jacket. Give me it back, piranha kid. It would be interesting if your daughter actually showed up as one of these. I don't know. I don't think she can, but it'd be interesting if it had like a little white pink D for daughter or something, or P, and then if you actually looked at it closely enough, it would tell you that's her. And if you don't look at it closely enough and you kill her, then it's like, it tells you afterwards, oh shit, that was your daughter you just murdered. Basically, how can we make this game more dark is the question that one must ask at all times. Let's find the damn piranha before we run out of alcohol in our system. Killed a bunch of boys. No chance they're my daughter. What do I care? What do I care killing kids? Putting my daughter out of her misery. Bottle of vodka. $10 says I get like an audition notice any second. They're like, oh shit, I need you to come in this afternoon and do a voiceover. And I'm like, oh fuck, I got my voice raw. Damn it, I'm only groggy again. You're the reason I drink, child. How many parents have said that? Alright, get. Let's keep an eye on our health. Junkie could be damaging to us. He's not, but he could have been. Got plenty of stims, like we don't really have to worry about our health for a little bit anyway. There is a final battle against a boss that could be challenging. I think I could have died there. Like, I didn't, but I could have. That was one point where I was really threatened in my first playthrough. But I got through it. Might even be two bosses. Like a mini boss and a boss. I'm still drunk. Drunk enough to kill a little boy. I need more vodka if I'm going to do this. One shot left. Let's use it, get it rid of our inventory. And kill that child. I haven't noticed if our experience is going up. I think it is. Still drunk. Let's watch it. We have 96% experience. If it is, it's not going up sufficiently enough to be noted as a percentage point. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind killing one more just to see. It'd be an interesting thing if you made it there is no experience for killing children as a sort of a moral stance on that. All you do is get your shit back. Like, i.e., you shouldn't go hunting children for combat experience. Again, a sentence that just seems funny coming out of my head. Got my studded jacket. Let's get this leather jacket if we can. Do they stockpile? You have like 3 leather jackets? No. Oh, we get capital letters as well. Still got lots of room left in our inventory for the moment. Looks like we might have missed some stuff up here. Could be some more kids to kill up here. That's what this fucking game does to you. Makes you a little callous enough to make jokes like that. I'm sorry. All right, let's go down. We are 99% experience. I don't know what we... Did we kill anything? I don't remember what we killed to get that. I don't know. We're about to go up a level. We don't need to heal at all. Let's go both up a level physically and then up a level characteristically in a second. We're in the upper mines. The military ain't been here. Pardon me. The military ain't been past here in years. Everyone they send up don't come back. That's why they send losers like me up instead. I wonder what's happened to all the fellas that have been sent up here before. Did they get killed off by bandits and muggers? Is there some unheard of horrible death lurking ahead in wait? Or do they find their way out to freedom? Is there some glorious hope before me? Some chance. I don't think so. This game is too grim to have hope awaiting you. I don't know, man. Health or strength? Let's go with health. I don't see a point in giving speed and shit right now. This feels like it might be the right way to go. Life 43 out of 43 sounds good. No point in worrying about aim right now. Given we haven't even used our firearm once yet. We will if we... Oh, what are you, sir? Let's look at B. A bandit. This world favors the strong, the opportunists, those who can take from the weak to make their own lives more bearable. In this greedy face and cunning grin, I see myself. He's got 20 hit points versus my 43, man. He can put up a fight. His strength, he's stronger than me. Stronger than me and faster than me, I think. Or he's got better aim. There's one thing I remember noting. Like, you look at his stats right there. His stats, his aim is 13. But he doesn't have a missile weapon. At least he didn't the last time I encountered them. Which makes me wonder, like, what's the point? Like, how is that monster any stronger for having 13 aim? Unless maybe aim isn't solely for missile weapons. Maybe that's how easily you hit in combat. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? I'll bet you I misinterpreted. Let's look at aim. Can we do this? Can you press C for character? Yeah, we can do this. Aim. Aim gives me a better chance to hit enemies. Oh, my apologies, guys. It is your chance to hit in combat as well, not in melee combat as well, not just missile combat. Our alcoholism, incidentally, is we're an addict. I don't know. Level 4. Experience 2% of the way. Let's, for the moment, assume we can kill it in melee. We hit it for 6. It hit us for 4. 6 and 4. 6 and 4. It's been an even trail. Oh, he hit me. I think. Maybe not. Killed him. Lots of stims left to effect healing if we need it. For the moment, I'm not worried about it. He gave us, I think, 5% of what we needed to go up a level 2. Kill 20 of them, we're up a level. In totality, 5 of them. Versus the rat, who gave us 1%. Pardon me. Apologies. Yeah, I think I misinterpreted that aim stat before. Because I do remember having that question before. Let's just wait here a minute. Get our stamina back a bit. Good enough. Do have to keep an eye on that. It's easy to get in the rhythm of a standard roguelike where you don't have a stamina meter. I guess in Troll Slayer we did recently, where you just think, okay, it's time to move on and kill. But you do have to keep an eye on that meter, or else you're going to find yourself out of stamina. I don't remember if that means you can't attack, or if it just means you have greater trouble hitting. I don't quite remember what it means. Maybe we can learn it by looking at this. Let's go to C again. Stamina. Stamina gives me the energy to fight, but it's quickly drained in battle. Being low on stamina makes it easy to miss enemies. More strength and health can improve my stamina. Got it. It said my stamina, which means I should have read that in the voice. Can improve my stamina. I'm just reflecting on this. Let's get in the truncheon for the sake of stockpiling items. We'll start dropping them again. As soon as we have to, we'll start dropping them in favor of stims and ammo and alcohol. Any of the consumables. We don't... with other weapons getting damaged, there's just like so many weapons. It's like, what the hell is the point? Oh, lead pipe. Obviously, I want 2 of those. Dual wield. That's a joke, incidentally. You can't dual wield in this game. What do you want, Kibbs? I see you and I love you, and I will give you bonus food in a second. I hear you, bug. Sorry, I need my hand back. You can't lick it right now. Update on Kiri, in case you've been following the channel for a while, you know that one of my cats was evidently quite ill, and may still be. It's impossible to say with any degree of certainty how fucking one of these guys. I'm going to take a stim. Got 16 of them. Kiri, give me a second. Let me finish this fight before I go on, because I got to keep an eye on my stamina, etc. I'm stone sober right now. I'm going to do another stim. Maybe I should do some alcohol too, just get some stamina back. I'm going to do that. In case that guy shows up again. Now let's pass some turns. Alright, I should be ready for him. I watched the life fade from her eyes. That was a girl bandit. Did I look at her before? I think I did. I looked at the other bandit. Sorry, update on Kiri. Yeah, she was doing quite poorly. Even a month ago, certainly, or a month and a half ago. We brought her into the vet. We brought both of them into the vet, Lenius and Kiri, for their annual checkup. A slightly late annual checkup. And by that point, around the house, like I'd been commenting for a few weeks that it seemed like she had lost weight. I don't think I realized just how drastic it was, but I could start seeing that she had lost weight. And by the time that we did bring them in, I was starting to get alarmed. Like it seemed to me at that point, it was substantial enough that I'm like, what the hell? Like this doesn't look like my cat anymore. She started to look like a starvation victim, which maybe she was. Give me a second here. Let's do another stim. We need them to get through the battles with these guys. Dead. And my fear, of course, was cancer. We did bring her in. She got a blood test. It cost us a lot of money, but she got a blood test. It came back negative for many forms of cancer. Like her white blood cell count was fine, so that was good. But they couldn't rule everything out without an ultrasound and stuff. Which, given we're not sure about our future in terms of having to move and stuff, we just couldn't justify that. It cost like, I don't know, $600 or $800 to get her an ultrasound, which if it said, yes, it's cancer, there's nothing that can be done, really. We certainly couldn't afford surgery and, chemotherapy and that kind of thing for her. It's just beyond our income, given what we're facing. So it seemed kind of odd to try and diagnose something that, if it turned out to be true, we couldn't fix. And if it wasn't true, then there's nothing that needs to be done in regards to that. So the doctor finally recommended we can put her on steroids. She said it might stimulate her appetite if she's just not eating, and she wasn't eating much. We tried for a month to feed her constantly. We gave her, all kinds of new food. We spent tons buying different types of food to see if she would eat it, because she used to like wet food more than, say, he did. He was all about the dry food. And it kind of worked. Like after an entire month of force feeding her as best we could, she gained 0.18 pounds, which the doctor said is not enough. So then she suggested steroids, which we put her on. And lo and behold, man, it stimulated her appetite unbelievably. She's eating tons now. She's definitely putting on weight. Doesn't preclude cancer. It could still be that. And, on top of that, she wasn't eating well or something. I don't know. But it is less likely, that cancer is the root cause of what we're facing here. And more likely she just wasn't eating. Keep collecting stims. We're going to have to... No, I'm going to do one more right now. We're not going to get up a level in time to avoid using that, so... So at any rate, yes, she's doing better. She's rolled over and squawked at me, which may mean she's come feed me, which I will do as soon as I'm done this game. Now she's gone back to sleep, so she can't be that hungry. Fuck, eh? I'm not going to use any bullets until I have to, I don't think. Again, we're going to have to start dropping shit soon. I'm sure it's not going to let me stockpile shit forever. What are we in, by the way? We're in the upper mines, too. I think we're getting towards the end of the game. I think the upper mines might be the final area. Or maybe not. Maybe there's something called the barracks or something like that, or the military outpost or something after this. Can't quite recall. As I said, it's been several years since I played it. Whoa, I shouldn't have done that. Why did I hold down a key? That was dumb of me. I didn't expect it to respond so vigorously. Junkie I can probably take. Let's pause here for a second. Alright. Let's get a bit of stamina back, you know. So we're not charging into battle totally ill-prepared. Doesn't matter whether you walk or pass your turn. Any turn not spent in combat, you get back 1 stamina, apparently. I don't know if there's any way to alter that. Besides, you know, drinking and getting back an immediate burst of stamina. We're going to need to take a bunch of shit here in a second. Probably. Let's do it right now before it's too late. Let's take a stim. Get back some health. 15, obviously. I won't do any alcohol unless I have to. Again, tons of stuff here that I don't really need, but we'll pick it all up for now. Pass my turn a bit. I'm going to withdrawal soon if we don't start drinking. A new hat. An aviator helmet. Let's take a look at that. Scroll this down. I guess you can use your mouse wheel to scroll down. I haven't figured out how to... in caverns, I have not figured out how to allow you to access the mouse wheel. This is such a simple thing, I guess, but I don't know how to do it. Critical defense is 10, so it's better than my old hard hat. Let's put that on. Keep the hard hat for now, because why wouldn't we? It doesn't hurt us to carry it. That I know of. Like, carrying excess items doesn't wear down your stamina, I don't think. 69%, we're probably not going to get up a level before we need to use another stim, like right now. Let's start by... actually, I'm going to start by drinking some vodka. No, whiskey. Get back a little bit of health and avoid withdrawal. And get back some stamina before this big fight. It's dead. Got the bottle of whiskey. Alright, where are we going now? Down over here. We're going to make this one video, guys. I don't know how long it's been. Because we're playing a full screen game, I can't look at my OBS Studio at the same time, so I have no idea how long we've been playing. But however long it's been, I'm going to make this one video. Perhaps one long video. But it'll be what it is. I believe that's it. That's the map. Yeah, you can see the upper mines are much more... another construction method. I like the fact that he's used a bunch of different map generators. That's pretty cool. Let's go up to the next level. Upper mines. The air fear. The air fear. The air here feels a little different. Less musty, I guess. I wonder... Nah, it can't be. The walls around are scrawled in graffiti, the logo of some bandit clan, perhaps. I was in a bandit gang once. Did a lot of terrible, terrible things without a comma. Not even the drink can wash all those dark memories away. I hear a noise ahead, like a buzzing sound, something mechanical. Shit, I don't even want to think about what that could be. I don't remember there being robots in this game. What do you, Oh, I bet you it's a turret of some sort. I am a little scared of that. So let's drink a... let's do a stim right now. Just in case we round a corner and like some fucking turret blasts or something. I don't know if that's even possible. I don't know if it is a turret, but... This might be the final level. Saying I wonder if, you know, nah, it can't be. This might be it. We'll know if we face some big-ass boss. Oh, kill that dog. Get more stims. I fucking love stims. It's my favorite thing. Still only using a pistol? I don't remember if there is something. Maybe a revolver is all there ever is. I mean, I don't know how much ammo we have. I mean, we have only obviously 6 in here right now. What if we... I'm just going to left-click it for a second. No, I don't want to take it off. I wasn't sure if I could reload it, but probably not because there's not missing anything, right? We We only have 9 bullets total. We'll save those all for the boss right now. I seem to remember there being like a shotgun and shit. But maybe I made that up. I don't know. Oh, another fucking bandit. That has us cornered. Low health. Oh, it does take a turn to use a stim. That's good. As well it should. I'm going to use another one right now. Pardon me. Ooh, stims. You gotta love them stims. Gotta get near a level up. I think this will probably be, based on how slow we're leveling up now. I mean, I guess experience level 5 is like the top bar we're gonna hit. We're not gonna get past that. How's it doing? Hit point is 0. I mean, maybe it has to go to -1 to die. I don't know. That's interesting. Let's use the stim we just found. Got experience for killing it, but we did not get a stim out of it because it cost us that just to get back to where we were. Another thing, a hat, you know. We could, of course, be using our firearms to avoid taking damage here, but like I said, I know for a fact there's a final battle that, with at least 1, maybe 2 bosses, that we're going to want our fucking shit for as a hard hat. I don't give a shit about that, but I picked it up anyway. Damn it. Bottle of whiskey. Also, our stamina's down. Yeah, we killed it. We leveled it up. I don't know, man. Strength, aim, health, speed. This gives us an extra 2% chance to hit. Extra critical chance to do critical damage. I don't know if we have any critical chance right now, but I don't think I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to stick with strength for now. Yeah. Go with strength. Kill these guys faster with a hit. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oops, I keep trying to use it. Because I'm used to left-clicking to move in caverns, and I'm used to right-clicking to center the screen wherever I want it to. I keep trying to do that. Left-clicking works. Left-clicking works great. Killing these guys easier now with this higher strength. Only cost me 10 to get, I think, 2 of them. Yeah, 2, I think that's as much as I can pick up. Okay. We'll start dropping anything. Anytime we find anything else we want to pick up, we'll drop shit. Low health. Take another stem. We're losing these things fast. It's hitting me left and right. I'm not hitting it. Damn it. Let's drop. Oh, let's go to I. I press D for drop. Let's drop a random leather, metal plated jacket. Let's drop it. Get this. Let's also drop another metal. Let's drop all our metal plated jackets. We don't need them. Drop. We'll save 1. In case we're like, fuck, I want a style. I want to wear that just for the style of it, you know? Drop off anything excess we have. I don't think we're going to meet any more piranha. I don't think anything else in the game can steal from us. I don't think. And if we do this now, at least we don't have to keep coming back in the inventory to drop shit, you know? Useful when the piranha are around if you don't intend to kill them. Maybe not so useful outside of that. This will be enough in a second. We'll have plenty of space pictured up, and if we ever run out again, we'll drop more shit. Until then, what do I care? I'll just drop all my truncheons but 1, again, in case we decide, like, hey, fucking love that truncheon. I'll keep my blunt knife just as a souvenir of earlier days. G. Let's get a bottle of whiskey. Okay. Thank God, stims. That's the bandit leader. Do we have to kill him? I mean, I did kill him my first time around. He's got 17 strength, 18 aim. Is much better aim than I got. 17 health. He's got more health than I do. 10 speed, same as me. A tall bandit stands before me, wearing a flak jacket and a biker's helmet. From the multiple dog tags hanging like trophies from around his neck, it's clear what's happened to all the military guys before me. In his hands is a roaring, buzzing chainsaw. He laughs as he swings it through the air. Uses 12 stamina per attack. I'm going to back the fuck off from him. He's chasing me, unfortunately. As expected. Maybe I'm a little faster than him. Maybe. He seems like he lost a turn there. He's lost sight of me, it seems like. No, let's not go down here. That'd be a nice way to get into a dead end. We've definitely got some space on him. Let's get some stamina back. Let's also take some stims right away. 1. And I'll wait here and see if he comes into range, and I will fucking fire at him. There we go. Is it F for fire? Yes, fire at that. Maybe press F and enter. Ooh, I did 25 damage to him. That helped. F, enter. Killed him. Fuck you, bandit leader. You were easy to kill. Let me reload my gun, just in case there's a second guy. Seems to me there was with a machine gun or something like that. Not take off. Take off-y. Let's find the bullets in here. Maybe we can just reload them. Use. Let's go to our eye and see if this is back to 6. 4 shots left. Oh, I reload 1 at a time. And it dumps me out of the inventory. That sucks. Gotta keep going in. The bandit leader drops to the ground, bleeding profusely. I watch the life fade from his eyes. Let's go get shit from him. Like 2 stims, love it. Bottle of vodka, yes. Motorcycle helmet, critical defense 25, definitely using that. And a flak jacket, armor 6, stamina cost plus 2. I'll check that out in a second. Let me go into here. Let me do certain things first. Like, well, what does the chainsaw do? Damage 12, critical chance plus 50, stamina cost plus 6. So it's less stamina usage than the lead pipe, and yet does a lot more damage. Let's use the chainsaw. Glad we killed him then. Let's put on the motorcycle helmet. Critical defense 25 versus 10. Definitely. And the flak jacket. 6 plus 2 versus 5 plus 5. Fuck yes. Everything about all of this is better. We are now even better than we were before, and we already killed a bandit leader. It seems to me that there is a second guy. I could be totally fucking wrong, but it seemed to me there was a second guy who used a shotgun or something. I don't know. Maybe bandit leaders are common, like maybe there's more than one of them. If I go up a level again, maybe I should look at getting better aim. I'm missing like hell. Let's drink from a bottle of vodka just to get a bit of alcohol in our system again. We were in withdrawal there. Got some stims, baby. There's the way up. Interesting map. Upper Mines 3. That seems to be the limit of it, I think. I think we're done with the map. Let's just check up here. There's a little spot that looks like it could be unexplored, or it could just be... Yeah, it's just the basic fact that you can't... I just want to make sure we got the stims from this junkie as well. Stim addict. I think actually if you... I think if you're drunk, we saw it was a stim addict, and we saw the description of it. If you're drunk, I think it actually calls it a junkie, not a stim addict. It's just another interesting minor touch, but I think it's cool. All right, we're done with this level. Let's see where we're going. Lit shaft. Oh my god, are we out? Was that it? I could have sworn there was a guy like with a machine gun and there was a shotgun in this game. I don't know. Ah, my eyes. The light just stings. Ah, but no. Can it be? Is that sunlight? I ain't seen sunlight in so long. The air here is dry. It hurts my lungs just to breathe it. But up at the end, the source of the light. Could it truly be? This feels like a dream. Let's find out. Ooh, look at it getting brighter. It's getting brighter, guys, up into the sunlight. What's up here? What do you think's up here, guys? The surface. There's nothing here. Dusty sand blows softly across the cracked, arid ground. Skeletons dot the landscape, their hollow skulls bleached bright white, bare teeth grinning at the empty world around them. High above, the sun scorches down its radiance. Once a symbol of joy and beauty, now a fierce and unforgiving overlord, laying its judgment over the ruined landscape. Its very touch burns my skin, flares my eyes, and the rising dust seems to cling to the linings of my lungs, choking my every breath. What's it all for? What the fuck is the point? All our pointless lives dreaming of a world that once was but never can be again. I've seen too much pain, caused too much pain. Why go on? I think I'll rest here. Lay my tired head against the ground with the bones around to keep me company. Maybe now I can sleep without dreaming. Good night. Saving done. Death. I have died at last. You can dump some data down about me to a file, but you're better off forgetting me. Leave me here in peace. I mean, sure. Character dump. Why not? Maybe I can look at the other character dump and see if we can, compare. I don't know if I did another character dump. Maybe I did. I also don't know if it was in this file folder, if I downloaded this again, since I don't have no idea. Let's check it out in a second. Let's exit to the main menu. There we are. Let's exit completely and just out of curiosity, see if there's a character dump for the other guy. Just curious, guys. Where would that be? We're not in Moria, that's for sure. Fucking D games. We want roguelikes. We want fucking Broken Bottle. BR. Broken Bottle. What do you think? You see anything that looks like it's a character thing? Bootstrap? Game? Third party? I don't know. I don't know where this would be. That's the problem. Alright, guys, I don't know where it is. Or if it exists. So we can't compare old character logs. In any event, that was Broken Bottle, guys. I quite like that game. It's a simple roguelike, and I mean that in every sense of the word. It is there's not a lot to it. The only innovation is perhaps the setting. Sort of a post-apocalyptic setting without mutants and shit, or at least not with any real mutants. Just a grim post-apocalyptic setting. There's an innovation in the form of the tone of it as well, that it's so damn dark. And certainly the alcohol adds in an element. There's story elements there we didn't get to see as well that I remember seeing before. You learn more about your wife. We were abusive to our wife. We may have killed our wife. I'm not sure. Like, it's really fucking dark if you explore all the story elements, which you can see more of if you get really drunk, or if you maybe stay sober long enough, or withdrawal or something. I don't know. There's more of those hallucinations where you remember shit. We didn't get to see as many of them as I would have liked to, but there you go. That was Broken Bottle. I will include a link to where you can find it. I think it's a fun game. It's worth trying. It's pretty easy. I only played it twice, and I won it both times without any real challenge. It seems to me I had more challenge than last time, but whatever. I'm going to go rest my fucking voice. I've obviously strained it for no valid reason. If my agent calls, she'll be mad. That's it. Let me stop recording. See you later. How long was that, by the way? An hour and 22. Cool.